Good morning, everybody. Afternoon. I am catching up though. That is the good news. Every day I'm a little bit further ahead with the editing, and my hope is that by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll be properly caught up again. Because while I was in Italy, it all worked so beautifully. I would shoot a video during the day, edit it in the evening, stroke early nights, and then wake up the next day with a schedule free for fun. Back here, because of the drive and not being able to keep up with things quite so much over that, I've sort of got back into that habit of having 2 days worth of videos that both need editing, and I wake up in the morning going, oh God, I've got to edit the video for today, and then tomorrow I've got to edit the video, blah, blah, blah. I would like to take a day off. I would, it's coming. But if I take a day off when I'm not caught up with the editing, then it's not a real day off. It's a day off from shooting, but I still have to edit. Then the next day, I wind up having to shoot one, but I get a break from the editing, and then at the end of that, I'm not actually any further ahead than I was before. So better to put the work in now, and then we can motor on. Which reminds me, no it doesn't, I'm not talking about motoring today. Today is not going to be a car day, but the first thing I'm going to do is this. See this? It's gone all floppy. I need to tighten, there's some little star-shaped screws in the bottom. I need to sort them out. So I'm gonna go do that now.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Rock solid. One of the reasons why I went with these instead of the Gorilla Pods, which are so popular with other vloggers, is I don't tend to want to wrap them around a tree. What I tend to want to do is either hold it or plonk it down. So I want something that's going to be quick and easy to do that. And also, you know, my OCD meant that I was constantly straightening the little ball joints in the Gorilla Pod. And then it went and broke. So at least with this, when it gets a bit loose, you can just tighten it up with a screwdriver. So what I was going to talk about today was AI. Elon Musk has been at a party with Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is, how do I put this? Very much of the AI is going to be wonderful, it's going to be a beautiful, everybody's happy paradise of artificial intelligence. Elon Musk is more of the kind of, have you seen the Terminator movies mindset? Well, that's fine. I did particularly like the tweet that Elon Musk sent. Mark Zuckerberg has a limited understanding of these things. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't have said that was the case, but at the same time, if I had to sort of put my finger on which one of these two guys knows what they're talking about, I would say it was probably Elon Musk. Which is ironic, because I'm just about to disagree principally with what Elon Musk is saying. See, I have a different idea as to the way AI is going to unfold. I do think that we are entering a very, very interesting time where it is going to speed up what we can do as a species really quite dramatically. The differences that, in terms of how I feel versus Elon Musk's more doomsday potential approach to the future of artificial intelligence, is I don't think that it's going to be a kind of a them and us scenario. I don't see that happening. I don't think people will build artificial intelligence that operates that way. I think they could, but I don't think they will. Although you could say, well, you know, they might not intentionally do it, which is what Elon Musk is fearing. He's fearing that somebody will build an AI that will then just become super intelligent at a dramatic rate, and then it'll decide that humans are obsolete and just engineer us out of the problem. That's possible, I suppose, but what it doesn't take into account is that people are unlikely to build one AI. They're going to build lots of them, and if one of them goes, I'm going to engineer humans out of the equation, well, what do the other AIs think about that? I also think, from my own experience, limited as it is, working on the sort of the concept of AI and how a general artificial intelligence could function, which is principally what they're both talking about, because a narrow AI will only ever do exactly what you tell it to do. So unless you actually specifically say, destroy all humans, and then sort of tweak the parameters of those goals so that it works effectively, it won't. So we are talking general here. And when it comes to a general AI, I don't really see there's a massive difference between that and what we all have in our heads. In that respect, controlling them is actually relatively easy because even super intelligent people can be brainwashed. And brainwashing a human is a relatively complex process because it's very difficult to control what inputs do or don't go into that. However, when it comes to something like artificial intelligence, you know, potentially in a box or even in a robot, you have full control over what the senses are sending as information to the core AI. And so consequently, brainwashing is pretty simple. You know, you just limit its field of view until it operates within the parameters that you set for it. However, I actually don't think that that's going to be the future at all. I think the future is going to be that once we understand intelligence and we have a good handle on how it works, then I think ultimately we're going to be able to get our own intelligences out of our heads and stick them in other bodies, robot bodies, the internet, wherever it is we want to go. And it's going to be that ability to move beyond the boundaries of our initial creation, which is going to help push humanity onwards and upwards, you know, to the stars, to fixing all of the problems that currently we have on planet Earth. I would imagine that there will be other problems that crop up. There always are. It's an exciting, interesting future. And I'm hopeful, with a certain degree of skepticism, that I will live long enough to actually see these things come to fruition. Oh my good giddy aunt, I've ranted on for 11 minutes. This is going to take some serious editing, but I wanted to talk a bit about AI because I haven't for a little while, and I do think it is one of those fascinating subjects which is going to dramatically change things in relatively near term. For example, I mean, the first thing it's going to impact, I think, that people are going to really notice beyond things like, you know, Google Now and the various different voice controlled apps that you have, which are working an awful lot better than they ever were, but they're extremely narrow and very unintelligent. However, driving a car successfully is a much broader spectrum of intelligence required, although still very narrow and single purpose, of course. This expansion of what you can do with AI, I think, is going to accelerate very rapidly, and it is going to transform the world around us in the most interesting ways. So I definitely wanted to say a little bit about the subject, you know, a bit of my own perspective on what's going on with that. You're probably thinking it's quite dark in here. There's a reason for that. We've had a power cut. Like, yeah. And it's obviously quite a wide area power cut because my phone's not getting any signal either. Which means, rather annoyingly, I'm totally out of internet. Ah! Luckily, I have more solar power than I can shake a stick at up in the summer house, so I'll just carry on my editing, and that's one of the reasons why I hate it when everything is on the internet and you can't have a local copy, like, ever, because, you know, the internet does go down. Power does go down. Gah, I wonder if this is because too many people have been plugging their EVs in. Probably not. It's very wet out at the moment, so maybe something shorted out that shouldn't have. It's just horrible weather. Gosh, I really miss Italy. Oh well. And we're back in business. Fantastic. I'm not running late. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to go get Jazzy now. He is almost certainly going to see the rise of strong-ish general artificial intelligence. You know, since I've got back, there's something else that I need to be doing, which I have kind of let slip while I was on holiday. Boarding practice. So, let's see how much I've forgotten of that. Stove. turns out a short break was actually good for the old boarding. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for running. And off we go! At least that's done now. Quick shower, and then I'm going to devote the rest of my day to Jasper. I'm going to be out all day tomorrow, so I've got to make sure I'm properly up with everything, hence the sort of, you know, ending the vlog post here. Also, why are you guys all the way down there? That's where you should have been. Anyway, that's why I'm going to end today's vlog post right here, right now. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like it, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. The good news is that marks the 3rd day in a row that I've had a run, and I am feeling it a little bit, but hey, that's the point, I guess. Whew.